Well, I think we're getting there, and it's good to see the conditions for this war to end actually being created. The key thing is, do we have enough to deter Russia's future expansionist aggression? That is the key thing. Europe still has a fair way to go to step up and demonstrate that. I'm glad the UK have made some announcements on increasing defence spending, but it still, in my view, falls short of what is required. And our European partners have always trailed us. So that, to me, is the key area for focus and concern.
What we've heard from Trump so far is that he is willing to take Putin at his word, that he will keep his word if there is a peace deal, doesn't feel the need so far of any military presence in Ukraine, simply having Americans on the ground, extracting minerals from the ground, some sort of commercial presence would be enough to deter the Russians. Can we pick some holes in this agreement? Do you think that this could be a problem?
Look, I think the president is smarter than that. And I think that history has shown that you can't trust Putin's word. The president will know that. And I think that is why he is pushing Europe to step up and do more to protect our own neighbourhood and the High North. That is why he's looking at American interests in Ukraine. We've got to come out at the end of this with not just some things that can give the Ukrainians comfort, but also Europe has to be able to demonstrate that if Putin carries out what he says he intends to do in future years, that there will be a price to pay for that. This is about deterrence. It's not just about patrolling certain areas of Ukraine. It is about hard power backing up a red line that if Russia crosses, it knows it is going to be in difficulty.
Penny, this is an unorthodox president, though, as we talk about President Trump prepared to use trade policy as a weapon. We've seen that even overnight with tariffs. And what we're talking about here is some sort of commercial deal, some sort of trade agreement around rare earths that the US sees as incredibly important, and rolled out a very similar type of idea for Russia itself. Can trade be used as a weapon in this agreement?
Look, America's always wanted its money back. I mean, Britain, I think, stopped paying our war debt to America in 2006. So this is not new. And I trust Zelensky. I don't think Zelensky is going to fold on something that is not in his country's interest. Europe wants to ensure that this is a fair peace, and I'm encouraged by the way that negotiations have been developing over the last couple of weeks.
Penny, we know that Mr Lammy, Lord Mandelson and perhaps even Sir Keir Starmer as well had frosty ideas of Mr Trump, like a lot of us did on this side of the Atlantic while he was in opposition. Now he's the 47th president again. Obviously, there has to be a rapprochement as well. I've got to be said, I thought Sir Keir Starmer has done an incredibly good job in that Washington visit. I kind of want to know what you think, though.
Look, he's not of the same political hue as me, but I wanted that visit to go well because there are things more important than party politics. And that transatlantic partnership is so fundamental for our security and our prosperity. So I'm pleased it was a good visit. You're right, they rolled out everything, including another state visit. And I think that is pretty significant. What I think is also good is that we're back to talking about trade. Britain, when Biden did not want to pursue a federal deal where tariffs could be discussed, we didn't give up. We continued to talk about trade. We did state-level agreements where a lot of the regulation sits, things like mutual recognition of qualifications, things that would make a real tangible difference to business. And I set up that program at the Department for Trade. So we have a really good understanding about what businesses need on a state-by-state basis. We're in a good position to think about what sort of economic agreements would really help both of our businesses open up more of our markets to each other.